Hey YouTube, welcome back. Happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of Comics and Stuff. My name is Devin and I am your host. Thanks for tuning in. I do appreciate it as always. This week's video is going to be 6 action characters you have never heard of in DC niche. So I haven't done one of these videos just like last week's video. I have not done one of these in a while. I'm going to try to be more consistent and put out things for this playlist. People seem to really like it. So if you guys aren't familiar, when I do this type of video, so this is 6 characters that you've never heard of from the DC universe. At the beginning of each video, I will talk about one character who is mainstream in the DC universe and talk about how many times they've appeared, and then after that I will tell you about characters that are in the same sort of category or genre as the title. So this, for this example, this is action characters, and how many times they've appeared, which is very generally next to nothing. So this video's example character is Aquaman. Aquaman has appeared in over 1,400 different story arcs in the history of DC Comics since its inception in the 1930s. Now, all of these characters that I'm about to talk about have all appeared in less than 200 story arcs over the last, 8 years since DC opened. So, I mean, big difference, right? The first character on my list is Warlord, or Travis Morgan. He was a United States Air Force pilot, and he was created by one of my favorite artists of all time, Mike Grell. If you guys think that name sounds familiar, it's because he did Green Arrow for quite some time, and he did some amazing Green Arrow art when Green Arrow moved to Seattle. Holla! And I mean, he's just an overall good writer, really great fantasy artist. Travis Morgan was a character that was based upon the hollow earth theory, that the inside of the earth is hollow and has a totally separate world, and the core of the earth actually lights that world. It doesn't become night or anything like that. And he was the ruler, Warlord. He was the ruler of a country in that hollow earth theory called Shambhala. He first appeared in first issue special number 8 in 1975, and he last appeared in Convergence number 5 in 2015. Warlord, or Travis Morgan, he has a total of 182 appearances in the DC Comics universe. So there's one. Number 2, Congo Bill. So Congo Bill, his real name is William Glenn Morgan, and he first appeared in More Fun Comics number 56 in 1940. So he was an early character. He is actually better known as Con Gorilla when he became Con Gorilla in Action Comics number 248 in 1959, after being given like a magical ring. And he had a sidekick named Janu, the Jungle Boy, who actually got his own title series in 1954 as well. And then also, Congo Bill had his own serial film put out by Columbia Pictures in 1948, which was pretty awesome. Not a lot of non-mainstream superhero characters tend to get things like that. And he had a total of 65 appearances as Congo Bill before he became Con Gorilla in the DC universe, and then total as Con Gorilla and Congo Bill, he's had a total of 188 appearances. Next is Cave Carson. So Cave Carson, his first name really was Calvin Carson, and he first appeared in Brave and the Bold number 31 in 1960, and he was last mentioned in Infinite Crisis number 5 in 2005. But he was retconned in 2016 for DC's Young Animal imprint, and he's now in a comic book called Cave Carson Has a Cybernetic Eye. Cool character, did adventures. I remember the first time I ever saw him, he was in one of the Showcase books, where he was like underground or in the center of the earth. It was neat. And Cave Carson has had a total of 53 appearances in the DC universe. Next, we have 3 more to go, and then I promise we're done. We have Hop Harrigan, and that's his actual name, Hop Harrigan. He first appeared in All American Comics number 1, 1939, and he was briefly under the name of the Black Lamp and Guardian Angel. Not Garden Angel, that'd be funny though. So Black Lamp and Guardian Angel, he had superpowers briefly, I guess. He also had a serial film put out by Columbia Pictures in 1946, and has had a total of 108 appearances in the DC universe. Next is actually a duo. There's Angel and the Ape. So if you guys aren't familiar, Angel and the Ape is a blonde little girl and a big ape, and they ran a private eye detective firm. So Angel and the Ape, her name is Angel O'Day, and the ape was named Sam Simeon. Who would have thunk? They first appeared in Showcase number 77 in 1968, and they were and also it was in the future, so or at least I believe it was in the future, because I believe the ape was actually the grandson of Gorilla Grodd, unless I'm getting it backwards and he was the grandfather of Gorilla Grodd. If I'm wrong, there will be a thing here that'll say, oh no, it is whatever. But anyways, and they've had a total of 16 appearances, so not a lot. They haven't necessarily had a last appearance. They still show up randomly. So, and then finally, one of the more popular characters, just like I started with Warlord, I'm ending with Anthro, the first boy. So he was the first Cro-Magnon man and was given the power of fire by Metron. Metron's a pretty big name of the DC universe. He was actually key to the Final Crisis. What is wrong with me today? The Final Crisis storyline. Anthro was actually instrumental in the plot, I guess. And then he first appeared in Showcase number 74 in 1968, and he last appeared in Final Crisis number 7 in 2009. And he is going for a whopping 36 total appearances in the DC universe. Wah. So that is it. Those are my 6 action characters you have never heard of from DC Comics. If you guys like this video, please like it, share it, tell your friends about it. If you didn't like it, if I could have done something better, please let me know in the comments below. Also, make sure that you guys follow the Instagram, give some love to the Redbubble, support the channel, buy the shirt. And that's really it. So if you guys would like to join me next Friday, I'll see you then.